You ever see a guy get hit by a car and the car walk away with more damage? That
No.
happened yesterday. Yeah, that happened yesterday. Right in the street, right
What?
behind me. Yeah, like what? Like we've been defying physics for a long time. We have access to the nigga force.
So,
Oh.
just so you
So
Yeah,
know,
think,
what?
the
think about
stream
this.
is up right now. So they just all heard
Oh,
that.
I'm
Anyway.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
I'm so sorry.
So,
Everyone just
so
heard about
sorry.
the. Oh my.
alright. Now then, my good
Too
friends,
late.
last time on Space Dice. You know, do I even really need to get into what happened last time on Space Dice? Do I really need to tell you all what occurred last time on
Yes.
Space Dice? Yes, I do. Last time on Space Dice,
Yes.
we were having a good time at the school, and everyone, after a little after a little interdimensional aspect that was happening with both Atlas, Skyora, the boy, and Aegis, we were able to get to the while we were on the island. Our good friend Zanard Crew decided to betray a brother, his friend, his compatriot. The one and only Atlas has been pushed off of the island edge and disappeared, died, as it were. Now, the question continues. Why does no one remember him now, though? It is quite interesting, as no one in the team, nor anyone nearby, seems to recall Atlas. There is, oh wait, actually, hold on, wait a minute, that reminds me, I forgot, we have a theme for Space Dice that I can actually play for y'all now, hold on. Let me see. No,
It's just Star
not that.
Wars theme.
No, it's
That's a monster. 'Cause I hate him.
No, they are not
Yeah,
monsters. They
demons.
are adorable little beings.
all right,
Wait,
and here,
wait,
all right,
I got
here's the
one.
theme song. Here we go.
B.
There you go. The official Space Dice theme song.
What is this? Space dice for Minecraft?
No, it's just the Space Dice theme song. Don't it? I made this from scratch, woman.
When do it hit hard, bro. When it went do it hit hard, bro.
Why? No.
Zeppelin.
Wait,
Hey!
tell me.
Oh my!
It's got the tutorial on it.
I'm not gonna
Hey
lie.
guys, look at this video. Today I will be showing you how to pirate.
I am not gonna lie. Those titties bouncing with
Bro.
beat with the music on
No.
my
No,
head.
I deleted it.
Yes,
Removed
yes,
it.
they were. Yes, they
Yeah,
were on
yeah.
beat. Yes, they were on beat. I noticed.
Yeah, it synced with the music.
I hate you all. I hate you all.
It did.
Put it back! Bring back the boobs!
No, I will delete it again. I will delete it again if you send it again.
You want titties? You want titties? I can show titties.
No. All right. Okay, theme song's over. Welcome to Space Dice. We are streaming.
For freaking
So,
family food
I'm
ass.
about to say so many racial slurs.
there is an NSFW chat. Scroll up. Feel free to use it. Not in
I don't know
here.
if I can get banned off YouTube. Let me see if I curse enough.
Oh, kitty. Oh, it works.
Oh Allah.
So, since Ponchi has yet to make a new icon for or a new drawing for his new character, and since he has this week he forgot to contact me to make his new character. Ponchi, you're gonna have to do just flat roll. Unless,
shit.
wait, did you did you make the sheet like using the documents? Because if you didn't, well,
Told you
you'll
I
just
could
have to do
help
flat
you.
rolls.
I told you
I did not.
I told you.
Okay.
I told you I could help.
So Ponchi, you're gonna have to decide either when we introduce your character, it's either gonna have to be. Oh wait, I just thought of a really cruel way this could be done. 1 second, I need to DM
Oh my
somebody on the
God.
chat somebody on the group here. Hold on.
Oh my
DM me,
lord.
yeah. Let me talk. Wait, DM me.
So what I'm doing, so I've muted them all at the moment. You guys can still hear me. Now, what I'm about to do to them is I'm going to introduce Atlas's new character by having it be them all thinking like, oh, there's something missing, and this new guy shows up and gets pulled into it.
Wait, what the fuck?
All right.
Look, hey, let's see.
Okay, we're back.
Wait,
let's see-
is
look
that
at
what
my-
I think it is?
We're back.
Zeppelin. Is that what it... Oh, it was.
Okay, okay, all right. Getting off of the future voice chat, moving towards what we're actually in, the actual session. Getting back on track, people. We have just left Skyfall Academy.
Okay.
The group has just left Skyfall Academy, and you guys are headed toward back to the spaceship. Is there anything you guys want to do on the way there after leaving? And you're going through the city right now to get back to the space docks.
Tila is walking with Mike in her arms because he's still a bit of a awestruck because all she could hear him say is, haha, boyfriend. She's like,
He's dazed.
yep, and she's like, that's nice, sweetie. Come on.
Father, why?
Wow.
Stop it.
I'm
That's
finished.
it.
I'm
Okay, you
finna
know what?
die.
You know what? That's it. If you guys are gonna be so distracted, all right, 1 second.
No, please,
Yeah, no.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do what
Oh
I think you're gonna
Lord.
do.
Oh Lord. Oh,
Don't
here
do
we
it.
go. It's no. Let the
You
meow
guys
meows
look at
This
Listen.
video is sponsored by NordVPN.
No,
Dang it.
NordVPN is one of the leading
no.
Oh
Anyway,
my.
so anyway,
It don't work
Slow
for me.
mode-
I hope
slow
you
modes-
understand. I'm
oh,
honest,
I know it
that
doesn't
don't
work for Sheepy. Okay, then I'll. It's like, okay, all right, sounds good. We just want to do pure narration. None of the characters do anything as they're walking towards the city. In the city, what do they do? Does anyone do anything?
Well, I'm walking with Mike, and you're not telling me what I see.
You see Mike's hand, or are you looking straight
Aw.
forward down like you? So okay,
She's based-
sorry.
She's
Everyone laughing at the
smiling
gifs.
and walking with his hand. He's like making sure he's not being he's not like awkward. Holding her hand as she's helping him walk towards the ship through the city, giving glances at his face to see if he's all right.
Mhm.
Go to speak small first.
And
He still seems very dazed at the moment.
then she looks at him and goes, would you like to get something to eat, or do you want anything before we leave?
Eat.
Let me see if he
Jesus.
comes back. He shakes himself a little bit out of his little stupor and he goes, no, I'm perfectly fine, with, zero consumption at the moment. I have a question. When did this happen?
When did what happen?
Well, you know,
We just got here.
no, I mean, what you said back at Skyfall. You know, the thing you said.
She goes, well, you did.
You just came out and said it, and I was surprised. You know, I didn't expect it. You know, I was. That aside, yes.
What the fuck?
He's shy. So she goes, don't think too much about it. You're fine, just the way you are. Oh, and she pulls him over here and she sees something very delicious. Is there what food am I looking at right now? Oh, Mike, look, that place looks delicious. I wonder if they will let us take anything to go. And she kind of pulls him along a little bit and walks up to the diner and tries to get the attention to one of the waiters.
you get up. It's kind of like a mix of like you go up to the front desk and they say, it's like, hello, welcome to Finn's Finn's Fresh Foods. What would you like? Can we get you a table?
She goes, actually, we're in a bit of a rush, and we were wondering if you allow takeout.
It's like, absolutely. Wait, you want takeout?
Yes, I want to take my food with me.
Finn! Yeah, we have another one. Okay. What would you like?
Yes. I will take a capricciosa pizza. Is that what that is right here that I'm looking at? That's a pizza,
Yes, that's a Yes, it's a whatever pizza. You want pizza? A pizza to go in a box?
right? Yes, and what? Also, I will. And she pulls out her carrots and be like, however, this much money will get me in those coffee beans right there in a sack, please. And whatever my boyfriend would like to eat. Do you want anything,
He
sweetie?
sputters a little bit. He says, "No, that's what you said. That's fine for me as well. It's perfectly fine with me. I don't mind."
She goes, oh, I see these. She goes, oh yes, and an order of pizza.
Waiting for food. They seem to take it personally when people want to take food out.
He looks like, oh, what a nice little spot over here. And she goes over to sit down, and she's basically inspecting her crystals on her lightsaber right now. She's like taking out her lightsaber, removing the crystal and inspecting it, making sure that it's still got enough charge before she has to replace them.
Sounds good. Mike sits next to you. Let's see. You as you like made your way away, the next customer came up, and the person who was just talking to you goes, yeah, have a nice day. Hello, welcome to Finn's Fresh Foods. What would you like? Can I get you a table? Immediately. What are the yeah, you walked into a restaurant. Everyone else what did everyone else do actually? Mizu and right, Atlas is not here. Mizu, Skyora.
No, you launched him off of an island.
Right, Mizu and Skyora. What did the two of you do?
Let's go.
Skyora, what about you? Wait, hold on. Oh, Mizu. Is Mizu typing?
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. You're walking down the
I'm
city
here.
street
I'm just
road.
muted.
No problem. You guys are walking down the city street road. Tila and Mike just walked into a restaurant to get something to eat. What do you and Mizu do, Skyora?
I'm not really sure what happened because I just got back. So
You were walking down the city, like, street, on your way to the spaceship. Tila and Mike just walked into a restaurant to get something to eat. What do you want to do? You want to keep walking to the spaceship, or do you want to go into the restaurant with them?
We ordered some pizza. We ordered a pizza and some pizza bones. Yum, yum, yum. It's breadsticks, but on the menu it says pizza bones, so I thought it was cute for Mike, so she ordered them just in case he gets hungry later.
Turns out it's actual bones made out of pizza.
Oh my gosh, that's so
But it will
cool.
just marrow on pizza. Bone marrow pizza.
Oh my goodness
That
gracious.
sound nasty, fam. I can't say that's a good idea.
That's like saying you want boneless pizza. My God.
Ooh.
This is the opposite. Restaurant, Skyora!
Made
The
it.
people in the restaurant!
Oh my god.
It's like, yo, and they'd be like,
You know, something I just
$2.
realized Mizu and Emmett have never had a proper date yet.
That is true!
Perfect.
You guys are...
Why don't
How could
why
you?
don't
I can just
Shut up.
imagine.
Cat,
Why
you got
don't
thrown off the. You got thrown off the.
Damn.
I
would not
know.
do it.
That's
What kind of
sad.
partner are you?
Skyora and
that was
Skyora and
sad.
Atlas walking up to a restaurant, and Atlas would be like, "I got this." Be like, "Tú tienes mexicano pizza."
Dang, y'all really do miss Atlas if you are role playing him, even though he's not here anymore.
Damn.
No, I
that's
was
crazy.
just
I don't know about
improvising very sloppy Spanish.
Well, you.
And then they're just gonna be like, you know, we can speak English, right? He's just like, yeah, I knew that. I knew. What do you have?
So Mizu, when Skyora asks
it's
you
gone.
whether or not you want to go into the restaurant, how does Mizu respond?
Mizu's not really hungry, but she's just like,
Or maybe how about this? Why don't we go back to the ship where Emmett is, and then you and
Oh my
Emmett could
God.
go on a date.
Mizu is silent. Just like, no, yeah, how about we give that a try?
You see G go, oh, so that would mean since you'll be talking to Emmett, that means I won't have to, rehash everything that way, right? And he begins to scoot away, like,
No,
No, you're
get
not
back
going
here.
anywhere.
You still gotta talk
G.
to him.
dang it, I thought that would work. Okay, I know. Dang it.
That's not gonna work.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I said
Gee.
I'm not gonna say nothing for you. You guys say it yourself. Y'all have to make up on your own terms. I'm not
Zanar.
helping you.
I assume like Zanar nods his head along about this.
It's like suffer.
And Skylar goes, "Oh yeah, gee, I kind of wanted to ask you a question privately. Is it okay if we went somewhere and talked privately?" about something?"
You're really pretty, but I'm not into you like that.
No, that's
Why?
not it. That's
Okay.
that's not it at all. But can
Okay,
I
good. Okay, good.
talk to you?
Alright,
Just
because like you're like an emotional roller coaster. If you had feelings for me and I had to turn you down, I think I'd be looked at as the jerk here.
no, it's not that. Skyer like kind of moves G like, well, they move away from Izu and Zanar.
Zanar.
She goes, okay. So
Uh-huh.
do you remember when we were in that black hole and what? Do you remember the guy I was with? Because I can't seem to remember him.
Weren't you just masturbating?
What the hell? What you say that out of pocket though? Like what?
That's
That
Um,
went from 1 to 100. Matter of
Because like that's what I remember.
He just said that.
But
Okay.
I couldn't that's what I remember at least. It was the weirdest thing to watch.
Oh.
Okay,
Like
why would-
looking back on that, I wish that at the time I had been in a body that could have like conscious behavior and thought, because I couldn't move.
Oh,
So-
my God.
I apologize for this, man.
That's one of the reasons I can't see you in any light, because that whole situation was just weird. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, I have a girlfriend, so.
Question, G.
Uh-huh.
Does masturbation lead to pregnancy?
Okay, what are we talking about here?
He puts a hand on her shoulder. He goes, "Look, no, it does not. I don't know who gave you that idea."
It's just such a chaotic.
Uh-huh. Skyar kind of ponders to herself and she's like, I'm sure I had to be with somebody. Or else.
Why?
How could I? Huh.
Oh, round over. I forgot. Okay, I'm done.
I am utterly confused.
You and me both, honestly. Like, this is very, like, this is completely, like, out of nowhere questioning you're giving me right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, like I said, you're an emotional roller coaster.
Uh-huh. And she goes, okay. Thanks for the talk. I'm gonna...
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
Are you
Let's
good?
go over here.
I'm not, are you okay?
I... Honestly, I am not very sure. But, okay.
I swear you need a boyfriend or
I am
something,
just
and he
gonna-
walks away.
No, let me say.
Mm.
You know the elms, except for... Oh god, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Because it's obvious. You know that elms, except for spirit elms, can get pregnant, right?
Can? What? No, elms don't get pregnant. Spirit elms can get pregnant, and other elms don't. Why are you asking this?
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Well, what if I told you that I was pregnant?
I'd say you were crazy. And that it was psychosomatic. It happens all the time. You can, like, there's a lot of different occurrences of people thinking they were, you know, having full on, like, pregnancy pains even, and, you know, it wasn't actually a thing. It was all in their head. And if anyone on this team were to go completely bonkers, I'd think it'd be you. No offense, but that's just the truth here.
But, okay, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
We went into the black hole
Uh-huh.
where
Yes.
I had full organs and was able to reproduce.
Uh-huh.
Is there a chance that, let's say, I shacked up with a guy
Uh-huh.
in that world, and then went out of that world, and then
Uh-huh.
became pregnant in this world?
Uh-huh.
Is G an expert at this?
He's giving her a very incredulous look, like he doesn't know how serious he should be taking this. He's like,
Oh my god.
he's like,
I feel
Look,
so bad.
look. You know what? All right. You know something. You know what? I have one wonderful answer. 3 little words that I think will clear absolutely nothing up for you. I don't know. All right. I'm not an expert on elm I guess it's not even biology, but how that works. I was a frog, not a frog person, a frog when we were in that other world. Okay. I didn't have.
You.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you also know about reproduction matter because you are an organic organism?
Yes, I know about reproduction, not about an elm that just came through a portal and became. I don't know the answers to your questions.
Uh-huh.
Why are you asking me this? Wouldn't
she-
you ask Mizu a question like this? She's an elm, and she's, you know, shacking with my best friend. Maybe that would explain a couple things. She's probably looked into this more than both of us.
Is she older than 300 years old?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
She doesn't. She doesn't look. Oh my god. Misu's gone.
Keep going.
And she's like, well, okay. Huh. Well, I guess we should get back to the ship. Let's go.
Okay.
And she just walks off. And she goes, and also no.
I feel it's. I don't
Oh
know. I
my
strangely
God.
feel like whatever used to keep your attention beforehand has suddenly been disappeared or something. I don't know. Huh.
Well, you're not really wrong, since all the people that I loved are gone. And she walks away.
It's like, geez, is depressing much? Anyway, so he continues walking with you, and with me, and I guess Mizu's not here, but she's walking, and Zanar. Who is that? Zeppelin?
Pachi!
Paji!
Pachi!
We can-
Is that you?
Stop watching YouTube videos!
Me?
How?
No, don't
Wait,
mute! Just
wait,
stop
what
watching
did I
YouTube
do?
videos!
What did you hear?
We heard music. Anyway, okay.
Oh!
Oh,
Misu's
that was
back.
it. Okay. Anyway, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Anyway, we
no,
were
I was
on our
trying
way to the
fix
ship.
That wasn't me. I was muted. What? That wasn't.
I'm blaming you, Ink. Anyway, so you get to the place. We get to the spaceship. And you see
Most
Emmett's
uncomfortable thing I've ever
Emmett's
heard.
talking to somebody at the workshop. Sorry, talking to the workshop people or whatever. It's like, okay, so
Oh,
we're gonna have fuel. It's like, oh, okay. Do you speak English? Is I, what? I'm sorry.
Oh no.
He's talking to the person. It's like, look, they've already put the fuel in the ship. The ship is already refueled. I don't know what you're saying. I don't. Oh, guys, huh. Can you? This guy, and the guy's already walked off. He's like, in there. Okay, there you go. Well, guys, where do you? Oh, you brought him. G like stops and looks at Emmett. Emmett like has turned his gaze away, looking at you, Mizu. Says, "Hey, Mizu. How are you?"
Like that, but okay.
Sorry.
Well, I brought G here so you both can make up.
Ow.
He has
What's
something
there
to
to make
say.
up?
And
There's nothing. What do you mean? There's nothing to make up. Me and G are fine. He's just heading off after what? How many years?
Emmett.
Whatever.
Emmett,
Mm-hmm.
Emmett, listen. I know you're hurting, but y'all gotta. Sometimes people want a change of scenery. It's not saying that he wants to no longer be your friend. Y'all can still keep in contact. It's just sometimes somebody else, y'all may choose different paths. It just happens. It's gonna be
Good.
okay.
Emmett stays quiet for a bit. He's crossed his arms. He's not making eye contact with the G, at least from what you can tell, since he's wearing a helmet. G nods his head and goes, "Yeah, look, man, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. Okay, I didn't. We were flying through a magical portal, and that that kind of distracted me a little bit. So, look, I should have told you sooner about what was going on. And granted, I didn't have a lot of time between when Charlie had contacted me." Like, Emmett remains quiet for a moment, and G looks at him and is like, "Look, okay, man, I'm sorry. All right. Your ship your ship is not a piece of junk. I got upset. I yelled at you. I didn't mean that. Okay. She's the best gosh dang ship we've ever had. And Emmett finally looks at him, goes, there's a moment of silence. 1 second. Time. Okay, who's listening to rap? Who is that?
Podgy.
Who is that? Podgy.
Podgy.
Stop listening to rap.
Are you that
No.
mad that you can't?
We are having an emotional moment, and you're listening to rap.
This is why you dead, bro.
Let me just roll real quick.
No, start listening to my MP3 player.
All right, I gotta roll. Okay. There is a moment of silence. The air is very tense. It doesn't look at first like Emmett is willing to forgive the frog until finally he sighs and he says, "Still a dumb frog, though." He's like, "But you're definitely the smart." He's like, "But you're not as dumb as I said." And so, and the two of them hug it out.
Oh, boy.
Aw.
Now
Um,
kiss.
Wow.
And then Emmett takes off his helmet and they smooch hard. No. So, no. But yeah, they hug each other and they seem to be okay. G gets the last of his items before he goes to eat. He's gonna go to each one of you before his goodbyes. He said goodbye to Tila, I believe, back at the place, didn't he? Like he's had his
Yes, he did.
yes. So he goes to Mizu. G says, "Well, you'll take care of Emmett for me, won't you?"
She'll definitely take
Yeah.
care of him.
You can't expect him to do anything dumb if I'm going to keep an eye on him.
I'll hold you to that. I've been
Plus,
watching him
I
for
have to
years.
keep-
Hey.
Yeah, she'll definitely take good care of him.
You got to say it like that. But okay.
Look, okay, you know what? Even as weird as that was, that Skyward just said, like, if we're being honest, I'm glad he has somebody in his life that's like that. Mizu. It's
I thought
like
you were
Emmett's
just
always been the type. Emmett's always been the type. You know, Emmett's a fun guy. He's always like had a lot of fun, but I've never found anyone who can keep him calm. He's never been in a relationship. What are you talking about? I was in a relationship. High school does not count. That was a relationship though. That was 2 weeks. Okay. You have a
Dang.
point.
I thought you were gonna say like he needs to get laid and he finally got you. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Dang.
Oh, I want to say that so bad now, but he goes, it's like, but no, I'm glad he has somebody like you
It's
in his
too
life.
late.
All right, I'm glad he has somebody like you. And I mean, okay, let's be honest. Like, I didn't expect him to get with a 10. You know, like it's like crazy. But not that I didn't have faith in my boy, but still, you know.
Dang.
Yeah. If we're that close yet.
Response?
Mizu?
But
He
that's
says
them.
he's like, no, he's talking to you, Mizu. He's like, are we like close enough for like a hug goodbye, or is this like a handshake situation?
Hug is fine.
All right, cool. He hugs you. You notice you're used to people who hug you for the first time not being used to the fact that your body is technically liquid, so they hug a little bit tight most of the time. So, but he corrects himself. It's like, oh, all right, just lighten the hug a little. Let's see. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say to him before he says his goodbyes to Zanar?
Well, she's already said if he dies, she's gonna come back and kill him. Even
So-
if he's dead, she's gonna kill. She's gonna still come back.
That's true. Hey, no worries. I have a strange feeling that somehow the fates will align in such a way to make sure that I remain alive. But I'm not gonna bet on that. But still,
Okay. Okay.
uh,
Mizu's just like confused by what he just said, but at the same time, she's like, "All right,
I'm gonna be honest. What I
then."
just said was really weird, wasn't it? I don't know where that came from.
Yes, yes, it was.
But in that case,
Don't die, okay?
All right,
Don't
I won't
die
die.
and
I
give it
won't
the
die.
best shot, and you're a good pilot. Have faith in yourself. Don't
Will do.
hesitate if someone puts their hands on you.
What?
Okay.
No, she's talking about if someone puts their hands on them, just fight back.
Fight back. Oh yeah, fight back. Fight back. He's like,
Fight
okay,
back.
yeah,
Fight back.
sounds good. I'll do it. It's nice knowing you. And he goes to Zanar. Goes to Zanar and he says, "Well, you have been nothing but a pain in my side, but you've had your moments, man." So Panda's in the chat. I don't know if he's able to hear us now, but he goes, "You fixed the ship. You did it. You did a lot of great things. You have your moments. Still, I'm suspicious of you for some reason. I don't know what that's about, but hey."
Well, it has been an interesting journey with you.
He says, "All right, I don't think we're like at hug closeness. So how's a handshake sound?"
That's fine. And I use my robotic hand on his normal hand.
Shakes your hands like that is okay. Cool. Yeah, he shakes your hand and say, "Don't let that warden guy get you." Unless you do something really bad, then let him get you. But you haven't done anything like that, right? Yeah, no, yeah, totally.
We'll see.
That's concerning, but that's not my problem anymore. And he walks over to Skyora. Stands in front of her for a moment. Just looks at her. He doesn't say anything at first. Does Skyora say anything?
Skyra puts out a fist and goes, "See ya." And she's waiting for a fist bump.
He fist bumps her and says, "See ya, you are so weird. I'm sorry, it's true, but in a good way. Bye."
That's true.
Oh,
Not done.
and but then he says,
I
then he
love
stops. He's like, "Oh wait, by the way, Skyra." I was like, "So like, I'm just saying, like, just a suggestion, maybe." Suggestion. You don't need to get so upset. They're like at a distance already by this. I can't hear it like from their own. I can't.
A fist buns up towards him and says, "Frog friends forever."
He does the same thing to you. He says, "Frog friends forever." Ribbit, ribbit. That sounded so cringy. My bad.
Ribbit. And she's like, "Be safe out there, okay?"
Will do. And
What the fuck?
he just nods to Mike. Mike and him just do a nod to each other before G heads off. G has left the party, it seems.
Looks like you guys have an open spot. I'm right here.
As you guys get back, he was an NPC, don't worry about it. As you guys get back to the ship,
Ow.
Zanar, you are approached by Emmett. Emmett comes up to you and says, "Hey, I had a question I wanted to ask you real quick, Zanar.
What's that, partner?
Well, actually, could you come over here for a second? Wait, what am I doing? It's nothing private. But so I know how to fly the ship.
I was me as a player was like, oh, you better be careful on that.
Yeah, he's like, okay, so I know how to fly the ship just fine for the most part, right? But the ship, it is safer to have a co-pilot. out of everyone here, I know you seem you know your way around technology fairly well. Have you ever flown a ship before?
I've done a couple of runs here and there in my checkered past, so to say.
Well, how about this? We're not taking off for a couple of hours, but if I show you how to fly her, do you think you could help me co-pilot?
Sure thing.
I know this
You
will
just
probably
ask her
take
trouble.
this will probably take a lot of time out of you working in your workshop, but minus without a co-pilot, I think it'd be safer for everybody if we had a co-pilot. I mean, hey, better to have less time in your workshop than to blow up on the side of a planet or an asteroid. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. So do you want to? So Emmett's gonna give you a rundown on how to fly the ship. That good with you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Awesome blossom. Awesome like a possum. So, you guys have a couple hours before the ship is like ready to take off again. Is there anything anyone wants to do before you guys take off?
Hila wants to feed Mike some pizza.
You can feed Mike some pizza, absolutely. I think y'all's relationship is very obvious at this point, so yeah. You go ahead.
Cameron.
She's enjoying
Mizu?
being with Mike and taking care of him. Like
Aww.
she's
He's
just like
Mhm.
having him there means so much to her. And she's just happy to actually like have food with him and spend time together. And she bought a bunch of new coffee beans at the shop, so guess who's making coffee tonight?
Wait, you gotta
Um,
sleep, girl.
Nice. Oh yeah, coffee beans, all that. You guys get here. Right. Sorry. Hold on. My brain just went in some other place. Mizu, there was something you wanted to do, real quick.
I'll DM it to you.
Oh. Understood.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
So Emmett
Hey
is
yo,
working
don't
with.
chuckle like that. That ain't, it ain't even that serious.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. I'll chuckle normally. Sound better?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it.
Not
above.
even
You
close.
sound
It
like
sounds forced, but all right.
So Emmett's helping, teaching Zanar. I'm gonna say Zanar. Panda's actually really excited because that means if you guys have any ship battles, Zanar is gonna have to roll for like piloting and stuff, which is gonna be cool for him. But Emmett's
Yes.
teaching. I'll answer that question in a bit. So you get to the not to the sorry. My brain is like scatterbrained today. Zanar's talking with Emmett.
Just asking.
You right. No,
Mizu,
you're right.
what did you do to make
Don't worry
Frog
about it.
scatterbrained?
Don't worry about it.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
Tila is
Y'all gonna
feeding
figure
Mike.
it out on your own.
You know what, Tila? As you're feeding Mike, you're there. Somebody comes up to you, right? Or somebody, not somebody. The little robot comes up to you, says, he's still in his astronaut outfit, and he comes up to you and he stares at the two of you, Tila, as you're feeding Mike. Mike looks at Tila like, what's he doing? It's like, what's he doing?
Tila's looking at us, turning around and sees Stanley, and she goes, "Oh, hi, Stanley. You need something?"
Stanley just looks at you for a moment and then looks at Mike, puts a hand to his chin for a moment, and then he goes, "Ah!" Points at Mike and goes, "Anka!"
Very, and she goes, "Very good, Stanley. You're catching on very quickly. I can't wait to train you some more."
Puffs out his chest a little bit like, praise me more.
Lord.
Alright, I'm clipping that and putting it everywhere. Out of context.
He
I can't with this guy.
But then he goes, "Oh, wait, that reminds me." And Stanley leaves like you guys is Tila and Mike like eating in like the kitchen area of the ship?
More like the it's like the meeting area, but because the
Mm.
kitchen's very small, it's mainly for cooking. So they're kind of eating in the meeting room, like where everyone holds the meeting, because there's
Uh-huh.
tables there.
There's no
Gotcha.
dining room?
Well,
Stan,
no,
not
usually
really.
people on the ship eat in their rooms.
Yeah, there's really only one like big table, which is in the meeting room for the most part. It's not as big. It's not a huge ship. The name of the ship is still Tina. Remember? So Stanley gets up and he bolts off. Luckily, there's other people. There's other members of the team are outside, so you're not worried about him running off for the most part. I don't think.
No,
but-
she's at this point. She just smiles and says, like as he's running off, she says, she like chuckles a little bit, and she's like, "See you later."
Stanley doesn't respond. Real quick, I need Mizu. I need Mizu and Skyora. Zanara's in the cockpit with Emmett right now. So Mizu and Skyora, where are the two of you?
Skyer is still technically outside.
Okay. What about Mizu?
I don't even know where she could be on the ship.
Where do you want her to be?
Anyway.
I'm sorry, head empty right now.
Head empty. All right, cool. We'll say that she's in the engine room for the heck of it. In that case, Skyara, roll me a perception or awareness. Roll me an awareness.
Okay, let me look for awareness first. Okay. She has a 16 plus 1, so 17.
What the fuck?
How much did you? Yeah,
Um,
2 minutes. What did you say? How much did you get, Skyara?
16 plus 1, 17.
You do notice Stanley run out of the ship but then he doesn't stop. He continues to run out of like the shipping docks.
Skyer will.
Oh my gosh,
follow
there's
him.
tickets.
You'll follow? Paunchy. You're walking down the road. Or your character, what is your new character's name again?
His name is 4.
4.
Like the number.
You're walking down the road right now. Why are you walking down this road, you know? Like what exactly are you doing?
I'm walking
Right.
down
Well,
Down the road. I do.
right. Well, he just
I'm
got out from is there such thing as bubblegum? And he put it on his pocket and he's just heading out right now.
As you're heading out, you know, I guess you're kind of just relaxed, chilling, you know? How is that? Like, how's your attitude, your mood right now? What's your vibe?
His vibe right now is relatively neutral. You know, he just has his hands behind his back. So yeah, he's chill.
As you're there, suddenly, roll me an awareness. Just roll a d20 because you don't have your sheet done. So your guy is just
Roll
Mr.
d20,
Average right
okay.
now.
That one.
Mr.
Mr. Average, thank you. I got a 16, good sir.
16? Okay, above average.
Oh,
Huh, that's what she
man.
said. Anyway, so you get, you're just chilling. You suddenly hear, like cartoony like feet screeching sound. And now in front of you is a little brown, well, not brown, kind of a like orangey robot.
Orangey robot.
Hopper?
Yeah, like
Okay.
well, this little it's Stanley. You know what Stanley looks like. This little brown robot.
Hopper, baby.
You don't
No,
know
he
who this
doesn't.
is. No, Paunchy knows. I'm not, but
Uh-huh.
4 doesn't.
Yeah, 4 doesn't, but Panji does.
Yes. Give me
Yes.
1 minute to consider what your response is. I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Righty.
So while he's gone, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid
Sorry,
is one of the
Trigger.
biggest mobile online-
Leslie, stop! Oh my god!
I'm just glad I got away with murder.
Not
Yeah.
for long.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you.
I love how he got server muted. Wait,
I
you
got
guys
him.
are posting pizza? I know pizza.
There you go.
Here's pizza.
It's
Oh,
because
the
no,
heck? Hey,
no.
your mouth, son.
No! Oh no! Oh!
What happened?
Pizza!
Pizza with
Why
boobs.
did you remind me of that? Oh god!
You took off my pepperonis.
Stop!
What is this commercial?
That was part of the commercial.
The fact that she doesn't look bad, I don't. I'm not.
She's a baddie. Hold on.
I smashed. God damn it!
I smashed this low booter.
Oh my gosh.
My stomach.
I know.
I hate this. I hate all of you. This
I'm muting. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, that hurt.
That
Yeah.
So
Boy.
when we were talking about
My
best
goodness.
people shacking up in Elms biology and all that, my whole family could hear me. So that's just wonderful. Anyway,
Oh, my eyes.
Panji!
Hey.
Look what
what happened? Why I should not have left the stream open for you guys to hear. What is going on? You know-
yeah.
You know what? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Stop it!
I want you to understand the stream was on. I'll check it out later. I don't want to know. Moving on. My dear friend 4. My dear friend 4. A little robot has appeared in front of you. What are you gonna do? He stops and stands in front of you looking at you. He's wearing a astronaut themed hoodie and sweats.
All right. Well, Ford just looks over at the little robot that just ran up in front of him, and he just like he crouches down a little bit to his level. And he's like, "Hey there, bud. Where'd you come from?"
He's like, I came from a spaceship.
Well, the outfit sells that.
Mhm.
Do you have any parents? I don't think you should be out here alone.
I have parents. You're coming with me. He grabs your hand and starts pulling on you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, parents.
Okay. Hey.
Just snatch a random stranger off the street. This is my friend now.
Hey,
You're my friend
kid,
now.
you please
I
let
have-
go. I kind of have business to attend to right now.
I know you have business to attend to. Your business is over
Why are you
here.
so strong? Why are you
Yours
so
is so-
strong?
It's like he lets go your hand for a second and says, I was twain by my brother, and he grabs your hand again and starts going. In fact, you know what?
Wait,
Do you know the
Question: how much do you weigh?
What the?
how much do I weigh?
Mm-hmm.
Might have to roll for that.
You're gonna roll for your own weight?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I didn't think this far.
Wait, so
I know
then
how
if
much
you
I
roll
weigh.
a nat
Let me
20,
see.
that means you're 200
Two.
pounds?
No, you roll a D100. No, roll 2D100.
Roll a
See what you are.
D100.
Roll 2D100.
Oh, this man about to end up getting 200, something like that.
Okay. Roll 2D100s coming right up.
Oh, don't say it like that, sweetheart.
Come right up.
Can you die, Mr. Stewart? Die. Die.
Y'all hear this?
Do.
Y'all hear this?
Okay, I got a 51
We can, Sheepy.
and a 15.
51 and
Now
15.
you,
Wow.
you are
You're 60-something pounds. You're very, very light. The kid says, we have to hurry. And he straight up picks, like gets behind you, picks you up, and starts running down the road. Skyora, you see all of this. Stanley's just kidnapped somebody.
Not Stanley. Skylar goes up to Stanley. She's like, Stanley, what are you doing?
He's in mid-run right now. It's like, he looks at you and he says, it's like, trust me, he's necessary for the mission.
bro.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am, can you please help me? I don't know this.
Don't help him, Auntie Skyora. He's necessary.
Bro.
Necessary for what? What are you talking
Everything. He keeps going.
The fate of
Well,
the
can't
galaxy.
I'm
reason
so
with
confused right now.
well, I can't reason with crazy. She continues flying next
like-
to Stanley.
Trust
and
me.
does nothing
please,
about it.
come back.
Trust me, it's important. It's
No, she
taking a
is
lot.
next to Stanley.
She's running. She's just not helping you. It's like, trust me, it's gonna take a long, long time in a galaxy far, far away, but it's very important.
In a galaxy far, far away. Where you are.
Yeah.
Is that a
So-
reference I should be aware
So-
about?
No. He keeps on going. So, back to the spaceship. The spaceship has been fueled. Mizu apparently is in the engine room or somewhere. Is his head still empty, or do you know where you are?
Left door.
You gonna keep calling me? I'm gonna be like, huh?
Oh,
I'm still thinking about how what I sent you will work.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I-
No, you
Give
still
me a
haven't
second to make
answered
a
my
response.
question.
No, I've read it. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's hard to
still haven't
DM
answered
while
me.
answering DMs. Let's see.
I'm like, what?
she got
You took for a second. You said
Bruh.
I'm like, oh,
Okay,
she's probably.
outfit. I'm gonna change to
Hold on a second. I'm gonna mute you talking.
Is this
Oh
is
my
this the new
goodness.
character?
No, yeah, this is the new
Yeah.
character. This is what Ponchi's new character is. I'm noticing some similarities. His name is Four.
Looking too
His
close.
name
Oh
is
my gosh.
Four.
Oh my
Close to
gosh,
the cat.
another fluffy tail to hug. Yay!
Okay.
I'm gonna draw him soon. Don't worry.
Yes, draw
Yay,
him so I can
fucking
put him in
tail.
the icons on the stream. There's another cat. Okay,
I love
so
his shoes and I love his pants.
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie.
Got the drip.
Not gonna lie, Atlas was always was like warrior cool. This guy is drip cool, you know.
How cool can you be when you get kidnapped by toddlers?
Maybe
I can't.
you're-
You know what? I don't even.
That's
I don't even have an
hot.
argument for that. I don't. Hot. Okay. Anyway, point is, Tila, you're with Mike. You're eating. You don't know where Stanley went, but yeah, you're sure he's fine. You know, you're not hearing anyone go, "Oh, Stanley!" la, la, la." So we probably would have said something.
He would sense a disturbance since now he has a gravitational signature, like most gravity knights do.
Roll me a gravity check.
Ha!
Oh.
Hang
Not
on.
yet, preference. Maybe.
Oh, gravity! 15 plus my gravity is plus 7. That's a dirty 21. Or it's a 21.
Damn.
Damn.
Mouthful. Mouthful of what? What kind of food?
Take a guess.
Mouthful,
Anyway,
wait.
you
Pizza.
with the 22, I would say 22 is high enough that you.
Actually, 'cause no, it's
21?
21. It was 15 plus my gravity, which is plus 7.
Gotcha. Oh, that reminds me, real quick, just a thing that I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to hear. When classes get updated to 3.0, I'm gonna be implementing something that will allow people to advance their base ability scores, because we don't have something like that yet. So we will have it soon.
Finally, took you fucking long enough. Jesus,
Anyway.
man.
Anyway, so you sense that Stanley is has gone a little bit out of your like sensing range for some reason. He's gone farther away than you thought he was gonna go. But it's up to you whether or not you want to do something about that. Like, he might be okay, he might not, you don't know, because you're inside the ship and he's outside.
Ayla goes, looks like Stanley went a little bit farther than I anticipated. And she is kind of like sitting back a bit, holding the pizza in her hand after taking a bite. And she's like, I'm sure either Skyo or Mizu has an eye on him. And she looks at Mike and kind of like asking for his thoughts. Like, what do you think?
Well, I think once he gets back and once we've finished our food, since the ship is gonna still take a little bit longer, actually, he gets some papers and he says, I dropped by the adoption agency earlier, and cool. Wait,
Well, I don't know if
Mizu's
Zanar
probably
likes
making
tea.
Say, Panda, does Zanar like tea?
Panda's silent.
Noah!
Pamba!
Noah!
Fighter bear, you dare? Or you sleep?
Poke him.
Oh, he's sleeping. Never mind.
Let me see if I can get his. Let me if I can get his attention.
Nah.
Let's see.
Nah, I was straight.
Remember the fire you started, bro?
Please don't.
What fire?
The bonfire thing at the camping trip? You there? Okay, no, he's not there. Okay. In that case,
I got it.
No,
Don't worry,
Fire?
I got you.
I'm being like completely legit. That's a true story, but that's for his story to tell.
Wait, you did what?
Never mind.
I'm planning on killing Masha off at some point.
Panda, there's a player
No,
character
no
in Eric
response.
Cliff.
Damn.
I think he actually isn't there.
He
Aw.
might have
God.
stepped away for a second. But,
Okay.
Um,
Even if he doesn't like it, she probably put
My-
it down somewhere.
my man's
where it
gone,
wouldn't
gone.
be close to the controls.
Damn, he really left. I can play Zanar for the rest of the campaign.
no. So I'm just. You get tea from Mizu gets tea.
you wouldn't play it.
Emmett-
You wouldn't play him the same.
Emmett is like getting like the stuff like set up, and Mizu, I'd say you're walking towards the cockpit with like refills of their drinks, and you do bump into Tila.
she bumps into her and she's like, oh, Mizu, I am so sorry. She goes, she hands her the papers, and in sign she says, Mike brought these by for me. They're the adoption papers for Stanley. I know you really wanted to sign these, so I brought them for you.
Mizu is silent. It's like, huh. She's like, huh, this is really happening.
She goes, is everything
She's like,
alright?
how will I explain this to my father later on?
I I think he would be happy for you.
Exactly. Man.
And then Tila goes, do you need anything else?
Pen.
A pen?
And a talk with Emmett.
Pin.
Okay. And she pulls out a pen from her little satchel and goes, you can keep that one. I got it for free from my professor.
Thank you.
Actually,
She stole it.
Actually, I acquired it from
That'd be me. That'd be me though.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
you give me something, I'm gonna forget that it's someone else's. I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's mine.
Yep, it's from,
She stole it.
She acquired it from the nurse because Toxicant replaced all of his band-aids with licorice. Well,
Needed
Tila
it for
ends
the
up
tomes.
Tila likes to take the nurse's pens because they write very nice.
She's got them nice fountain pens.
Ooh.
I
She
know,
got
right?
them smooth writing ones too.
Yep. And she
I
goes,
love fountain pens.
Glide over the paper. Ooh.
yep.
Hell
And
yeah,
she's
brother.
like, all right. She goes, I'll catch you later. I can't sense Stanley, but I'm sure Skyora is aware of his surroundings. Usually 1 or 3 of us are aware of where he is. She goes, I'm just gonna go back and make some more coffee.
As you're there,
You know
you
what?
hear a pitter patter come from the hallway and someone yelling, "Let go of me!" You see Stanley carrying this man dressed in absolute drip. This cat robot biker dude.
Fox.
Carrying him.
He's a fox.
It looks like a cat, so it's up to them what they think he is.
Fennec.
Roll
Yeah,
perception.
Yeah, he's a kitsune. He's a
Roll
kitsune.
perception.
Please.
Ah!
Alright.
Do we all
Yeah,
roll
I said it
perception?
No, just Skyora, you can if you want. Mizu and Tila, you can.
Let me
You
pull out her
two need to roll
freaking sheet.
perception.
Hold on a second.
I'm rolling really well today. I am sorry.
She got an 8 on perception.
I can't math, so 18 plus 7,
Hold on.
25.
What'd you
What
get?
was that?
Mizu?
Was it the turtle?
What the fuck?
Sorry, what'd you get,
Turtle!
Mizu?
The turtle.
Such as a +8. God damn.
+8. Ooh. Yeah, there's a definite.
Damn!
Award.
What the?
Everyone but Skyora, this is definitely a cat. But to everyone else, oh look, a kitsune. You can immediately tell. You see Stanley run up in the hallway, carrying this person who's yelling at him to put him down. Open the door, throws him in, closes the door, and Stanley looks at the two of you. Hi.
Oh.
What the heck was that?
Tila goes, Stanley? Who was that?
Nobody important. That was
Where am I?
That was just he says, hold on. He locks the door. Nobody.
Oh.
Leans against the
Tila
door.
goes, Tila
Why is it
bends,
so dark?
Tila bends over and looks at Stanley and she goes, Stanley, are you lying to me?
Uh-oh.
Wait, whose room is 4 in?
You think you can defeat me with darkness? You're really mistaken. I'm a yellow belt in Kung Fu.
I'm a
You can't just say that. You can't
All right.
just say that.
So you hear some like thuds,
Oh,
some
God.
thuds going on inside there. The room that he has, Zanar's room.
That's wired.
Well, wait, no, Zanar moved down to the workshop. My bad, my bad. No.
Out of himself.
Wait, no, Zanar was moved into the workshop. That's right, he moved down to the workshop. So then the room that he threw him into, let me roll for it.
Oh my lord.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
he has been thrown into
These
one of
second
the
kidnapping
few
fees
spare
this week.
rooms. So
All right.
he's no.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. I'm
Tila
not trying to
walks
hook
up-
him up again.
Tila
Oh,
gives
what?
Tila gives a not angry but discerned stare. She's like, Stanley, please tell me the truth. What's behind that door?
He looks at you for a second. He goes, can I tell you who's behind that door in 15 minutes?
Stanley.
Please,
She puts her hands on
please,
his shoulder
just
and
15 minutes.
she's like, why 15 minutes?
I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to the
could I-
meditation room.
Oh my lord.
He's
She
got-
goes
he's got-
into
he's got
Atlas's
such a big
room.
Family.
Tila goes, did you kidnap someone?
Can I tell you that in 15 minutes?
Tila goes towards the door and she's like, Emmett, do I have an override key?
Emmett's in the cockpit right now. He goes,
Oh.
Yeah, I'll
he
go
goes
get
to
one.
the little.
I'll go
Remember, so
get
keep in
one.
mind
Could
his
you-
voice. His voice is always coming out of that little radio thing. He reaches down, turns a bunch of knobs, and then looks at you, and shrugs his shoulders.
Oh.
And hold on one
And
second.
tries to what?
He shrugs his
No.
shoulders for a moment. I need 1 second.
Oh no. Oh no.
And he said, you hear out of the little radio
Uh-oh.
where his voice nowhere comes out of normally.
Αυτός είναι ο αντικαταστάτης.
He goes, αυτός είναι ο καταστήσεως σας.
What the fuck?
All I heard was something about applesauce.
Πρέπει να πάρουμε έναν ινιό in Atlanta.
Music puts the tray down that she had, and then gets down on her knees and goes,
Spanish?
He looks at you and he goes,
Spanish.
Nai?
She, at this, like, she's just like, let me be serious. She's like, give me strength to be serious, because she can't take him seriously with that. She's like, sweetie.
Paikati
Are
Sriva?
you like,
Oh god.
like, is she like typing it into Google Translate and putting different languages? That's what that seems like.
I'm using one language, trust me. But
He's so used to typing
Sweetie.
in Google Translate, man.
We need you to explain what that person's doing here.
he nods his head.
And I need you to change that back.
He
Please.
goes,
What is
he-
that?
Tila's went to Emmett to grab the override key, and she's coming back because she's gonna open that door.
When she says, we need you to turn that back, he points at it and shakes his head. He goes, Dan zero pos. Is it Dan zero pos?
Bruh.
Δεν ξέρω πώς.
You trying to? That is some really bad French, is
It's
what
not
I
French.
think it is. It's not French.
Man, it sounds like he's summoning demons with Latin.
Wow.
It's not Latin either.
Oh,
This is is this Greek or Hebrew?
You don't know? Do you know? Like, do any of your, even if it is, do any of your characters know that language?
nope.
Do you know how many languages that I learned?
Uh-oh.
He gives you a full explanation of what he's done, but in that language.
He's so nervous he started talking a different language.
No, he changed the
Music
the
really
radio.
catches
He
on.
randomly changed the language so that he could tell the truth without telling you what's going on.
Between
I just
him,
realized it's French.
like she pictures the nose that's not even there. She's just like, oh my god.
Tila's coming back with the override key right now, and she's like, "All right."
I can't understand him.
He sees the override
okay,
key
I'm-
and he goes, Ha! Tila
Tila puts her hand in the air above Stanley and puts another
God.
hand towards him and be like, Stan, we have to make sure he's all right.
So
No.
hard that he might have lost his memories.
He nods his head.
God.
He nods his head.
Oh
He's
my.
like, you can use the override key to open the
Sorry.
door if you want.
Tila, but first, before she does, she knocks on the door and she goes, hello, mister. Are you okay in there? I'm about to open the door. I'm gonna ask you, please do not, barge so abruptly out the door, because you will fall. There's a gap here. Just come
yes,
out.
Yes, please.
Okay,
open
she
the
goes,
door, please.
I'm going to open the door now. Just come out nice and slow.
It's so dark in here. I'm totally a yellow belt.
She goes,
I don't know how to
"Calm
fight at all.
down." She's pushing the buttons.
Okay.
She's pushing the buttons and scanning
door
the
opens.
card to open the door. And
Is he
she's
afraid of the
like, she's like handing out her hand, like to tell him and pointing at the ground, being like, "Mind the gap in front of you and come out slowly." And she goes, I apologize. Our my young Padawan, Stanley here.
Stanley
he
is gone.
has quite the he's gone. And goes, he has quite the ambitious spirit.
He's gone. Where did he go?
Oh my God, he's so silent. He's gone. What the?
And then she
Is he
goes,
secretly a ninja too? All right.
she goes, what's your name?
My name. My name's Four.
She goes, hello, 4. I am, wait, as in the number 4, or just, like, as in Thor, as in TH?
The number.
Oh.
It's in my thumb is
Oh.
Thor.
It's
And
in
then
my shirt.
And then she kind of gives, like, a nod and smiles, and she goes, my name is Tila, and this, my,
Skyra's
she
not
goes,
here.
my
Mizu is,
teammate,
though, I think.
my team, no, Mizu.
Mizu's there.
He points to Mizu and says, "This is one of my teammates, Mizu."
I love
She goes, "We're a team on a mission here with this little robot that we named Stanley." And is that a tail? And she
Right. Just one question.
goes around and she's looking at his tail with starry eyes, and she's like, "Wow, your tail is so pretty." She's like, "Are you a cat?" No, you're a kitsune. You're a fox.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you're correct, but yes, it's a very nice tail. I grew it myself.
I grew it myself.
Grew it yourself?
Damn. Oh fuck. Okay.
No, he said groom it himself.
Oh, groom it. I thought you said grew it.
Oh.
It's just like, I grew it myself.
How
I hope
did
you
grow
did.
it? Fail yourself.
Yes, I grew it myself.
Yeah. She goes, I deeply apologize. We have just taxied. So, sorry, you're kind of stuck on here until we land at the next station, which we are happy to give you transportation money back to wherever it is you're going. She goes, I deeply apologize for the inconvenience.
As you say that,
I mean, I don't really have
hear-
the exact place to go to, so
the entire ship shakes.
Oh, it's time for us to...
Anyway, yeah, red off.
that was taking off. I thought there was an earthquake happening.
Tila's like, oh, everybody strap
I think we have
down.
that on the fridge.
Tila like takes him by the shoulder and goes, sorry about this. And she sits him down in a seat and buckles him in. And she buckles herself in, and she opens up a chair and pats on it for Mizu to sit down and buckle in.
Who buckles in? Zanar normally wouldn't,
Thanks
but I'm
for
gonna say he does
knuckles
because
up.
he's gonna be in the seat driving. And is Panda here? I don't think he is right now. Yeah.
No.
So, who doesn't buckle down?
Mizu does, but she's kind of worried for Stanley.
What about Stanley? Stanley has come out of you get a little message from Emmett that texts you, Mizu, telling you Stanley's in the cockpit with him, sat down.
Mizu is relieved.
He's buckled in Emmett's lap. Actually, is what he sends you a little selfie,
Oh,
and he's got like
fun moment right
you
there.
notice Emmett texts with that is like, hey, I got some extra little like things for the kid. There's like some extra like a booster seat for one of the chair for the dinner table, and some toys while you guys were out.
Oh, he's
Thank
gonna
you.
be Stanley's new daddy.
Like,
He's got-
oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I
but
guess
yeah.
she's like, oh, that's so sweet of you. Also, we have to talk later.
He says, "That is." When you say that, there's a couple silence, and he responds, "I have to drive the ship right now, but I'm just gonna tell you real quick. No one ever says that, and it never when it's gonna be something good. So you filled the fear of God with me."
She's
No one
like,
ever
"It's
says
nothing
that
bad."
before a good thing.
Mizu's just like, oh, no, it's nothing bad. It's just, I want to talk to you about the adoption papers.
He doesn't respond. He's probably driving the ship right now. But yeah,
Man,
guys-
God dang it.
you guys finally take off. No one has to worry about it. Oh wait, Skyora, do you buckle down after your previous experiences?
Of course, Skyora buckles down.
It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna go through that again. Buckles down. Cool.
She's like, I refuse.
You guys leave the city of Frost and the planet that it's from. So yeah, the ship shakes. Which you guys leave and onward you guys go. Let's see. I believe you guys had a stop you wanted to make to a nearby planet. You don't have to if you don't want to though. Let me see. I think it's this galaxy. Yeah. Oh, right. So there is a planet named Destiny's Sire. No, that's where you just came from. Is Destiny's Sire is where the city of Frost is from, and Skyfall Academy. Insane, where it's mostly like ornates and whatnot. You guys don't have a lot of information other than it's a civilized country. Did you guys want to head over there or not?
He
I
looks
mean,
like
that place sounds interesting.
yes. I vote yes.
Yep.
Adventure.
4,
And
you've
danger.
just been, let's
Your
keep in mind,
time.
4, you have basically,
that's
like,
fine.
for all intents and purposes, been kidnapped. Because from what you can tell, while Tila was talking to, you guys are out of, like, the atmosphere, you guys can, like, get, walk around now. But,
Mhm.
Stanley, you find out,
I feel sorry for the fox.
how do you feel, 4? You've been kidnapped.
Okay, for well, he really didn't have any actual place to go. He was just crashing in an apartment with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But
Basically,
but he likes the atmosphere of the ship, and the people do seem nice enough. So, and they don't have any killing intentions. So, besides Stanley, he's scared of Stanley because he was very strong. But he's relatively okay. He's controlled his breathing, and he was bluffing about the yellow belt thing.
When he's not actually a yellow belt.
He's not actually a yellow belt. He
He's
says
not a
that
yellow
to
belt.
appear
He's a
weaker.
black belt.
You're on the ship. What do you guys, as you're heading to the planet of Partizane, what do you guys do?
Tila sees that they have exited the atmosphere, and she unbuckles herself, and she unbuckles Four and Mizu, and says, please make yourself at home. She goes, I'm about to make some coffee. Would you like some?
Wait, what about Mike?
Mike's in the room eating pizza. She went to go find Mizu to give her the adoption papers while Mike finishes his dinner.
Did he buckle down too?
Yeah.
He's a military dog. He's definitely buckled down.
You gotta check on him. You can go check if he's like he probably buckled
That's
down.
what she's about to do. She's gonna
Oh
go
boy,
check
not
on him.
stupid.
That's exactly where she's headed. She's headed to go check on him.
You go to the room. There's pizza everywhere.
Oh my.
And Mike is attached to the wall. He apparently didn't get the buck. He's got one arm wrapped up a little bit at a bit of an odd angle, and he's apparently wrapped up his arm to the belt. He sees you there, and he goes, the belt wouldn't click. It wouldn't shut, so I had to.
Tila giggles and she goes,
I've been holding on for nearly 10 minutes. I know, I'm okay now. He's like beginning to unwrap his arm. He's like, we're not going to move anymore, are we?
no, we've exited the atmosphere. You should
Okay.
we're adjusting the gravity right now. You should be able to walk just fine.
He begins to remove his arm, and you notice there are now burn marks from the belts because he was holding on. Because it became a problem, but he hanged on. But his arm is injured.
She goes, oh my goodness. She goes, and she taps her backpack and deploys Pog, and she goes, Pog, please go grab my first aid kit, please. She tells Pog to go get her first aid kit, and she takes a look at his arm, and she's like, that's gonna sting a bit. And she goes, come to the table. We'll take. And she gently sits him down and puts his hand on the table and waits for Pog to bring back the medical kit. And she goes, don't worry. She goes, I'll patch you up.
As you sit him down, you notice that there is blood seeping through the back of his shirt.
She goes, Mike? What is... She gets up and she's looking behind his back in his shirt. She goes, Mike, you're bleeding on your back. And she's lifting up his shirt from the back to look at his back. And she's like, are you all right? Did you get injured? And so she's like lifting up his shirt up to his shoulders, and she's like checking down by his belt where his waist is to see if he has any more cuts anywhere. She's like, are you bleeding anywhere else? So she's like basically like searching his body right now for more cuts.
When you mentioned that he's bleeding or whatever, I guess I am. He pulls the shirt off all the way. Oh, that might have been. He points over, and you notice that the chair, like the seat that he was hanging on to, is right next to the counter. A few pieces of the shirt that he was wearing on it.
She goes, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I should proof this room. And she's checking, and she's like, she goes, are you anywhere else? She slowly makes her way from his back to his front, and she's checking all around him, making sure he's not cut. Like, she's checking his neck, under his mouth, checking his chest, and she's like, oh. She's like rubbing his chest, and just like, oh my gosh, this is... She's like not saying it, but she's like, oh my gosh, his chest fur is very soft. And she's like giggling, blushing a little bit as she's checking to making sure he's not bleeding. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Am I tickling you?"
I'm laughing. He's just like, no, it's fine. Look, I'm sure it's fine. I've had worse injuries before. Looking at his chest, you notice he does actually have a good number of scars on his body. Like, this is the first time you've ever seen him bare-chested, and he's got a number of scars under the shirt.
She goes, man, you must have really, you must really have. She goes, I've never seen so many scars. And she
He
kind of like traces her hand on one of them, kind of like a little
he
sad
flinches a
look,
little
and
bit.
she's like, sorry, I didn't mean it.
No,
It's
it's
sensitive. I didn't.
no, you're fine. It doesn't hurt. I'm just your hands are a little cold right now.
Oh, sorry. She goes, Pog will be right back with the medical kit and we'll disinfect those scratches. Oh, here he is.
He brings the medical kit. Pog looks at you for a second, and after handing you like the little medical kit, and then looks at Mike, and points at the at him and indicates like kind of like gives you an indication of like boo boo at him.
And she nods and goes, yes, Pog, boo boo.
Pog brings up his little two like antenna tendrils, puts them on Mike's face, and puts his Pog doesn't have lips, but puts it on the top of Mike's head and goes back to your back, undeploys, and turns back to your backpack.
Goes, thank you, Pog, good boy. And she goes, oh, he's the best little pet robot I ever created.
Oh, you built him? I thought I didn't know that.
Well, most Gravity Knights are assigned a drone, but I was a little different getting into the academy. I joined at a later age, and so the style that I had to learn was very difficult, but also I had to learn on my own. It was very tough, and I also was very crafty with Geek Tech, and I built my own robot because they didn't issue me one. But that never stopped me, so yeah. Pog is more than what I could ask for. And he's been with me ever since. Best thing I ever made. And she smiles, getting all perky as she goes back and applies the medicine very gently.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows that she's like, I'm going to have to leave this open. It's clean, but to help it heal better, I'm going to have to leave it open. But I did put some medicine on it to help it heal naturally. She goes, just
fine.
don't touch it. And if you do wear a shirt, wear a cotton one for the time being.
I don't have many cotton shirts, so I guess I'll have to stick with this for now. Plus, I doubt any of your friends. And yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like I said, I've had worse. I will say you do notice that he has one of the scars. Looks like something is near like his stomach area, and you notice there's another one out the back, like on his back around the same area. From what you can tell.
Oh my god.
From what you can tell, based off of that, you're not sure by what or what the circumstances was, but he's been completely impaled before.
Tila, sees these, and she winces a little bit, and she, imagine what struck him or impaled him like that. And so she gives a little boop with her with her little nose part of her face, and where her nose would be, and kind of boop the little area, but not close to it, just on his back a little bit. And then she's like,
was that your hand, Tila?
She goes, oh, sorry, I was just these look really painful. She goes, I can't imagine what you've been through.
I mean,
and then she gives him a deep sigh, and she turns around and faces him, and she goes, are you feeling better?
Oh yeah, no, I'm
she's
feeling
wrapping
fine.
his hand.
Thank you.
And she goes, good.
I mean, if you ever, they're kind of some dark stories, but if you ever want to hear about any of them, I'm not I wouldn't mind sharing. I have told the stories before.
She goes, it's great. I would actually love to know more about you, Mike. And also tell you a little bit myself as well.
Awesome.
And she as he stands before her, and I'm sorry for taking up some time, she kind of like kind of opens her robe a little bit towards her chest, and it almost looks as if she's taking her shirt off, but she just halts right at the left part of her chest. There is a tiny you can't see it, it's very faint, but there is a scar that goes along her left breast area. And she goes, I too have had some scars. So I know it's some of these stories are better left not mentioned.
He looks at the
And
scar for a moment before looking in your eyes and giving the little bit. Is that a that little small smile that he only ever seems to give to you?
He goes, is that a what?
No, he doesn't say is that a. He gives you a smile that he only seems to give to you. Like you're thinking like, is that a smile?
Mm-hmm. And she goes, and she gives a sad sigh and goes, compliments of my brother, as she
His eyes widen.
she closes up her thing, and she turns around to bend over and grab her coffee beans from her pouch that's on the side of her leg again, and then she goes, oh, I'm so glad I got more of these coffee beans. She goes, would you like some?
He's blushing because of your. Look, I'm gonna. Look, he says yes. Well, let's let them get their coffee. But you know, okay. You know what? Give me a second.
Hey, I like a piece of coffee.
He actually brings his you as he's looking at you. He doesn't say anything for a moment before he actually brings up his hand to stroke your cheek. He seems to be in a little bit, not in a daze, but just like he's just kind of looking at you right now, and he leans down and he pecks you on the lips.
Aww. And she goes, oh. She goes, did Mike want something other than coffee?
Leaving that for now. Leaving that for now.
Yep.
So, Mizu, are you still here? I know that you said your family's being a little bit loud. Do you want to talk to Emmett real quick?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, Mizu wants to talk to Emmett about the adoption papers.
Emmett comes to you. He comes to you. Where do you you guys can go to the. Where do you want to go?
I feel
exactly.
like he didn't see the message after, and just still assumes it's bad.
Yeah, he did see the message, and he goes to look for you.
It's good.
Yeah, Panda's asleep. I just heard him snore. Panda told me he wasn't going to be in today's session. So
you can put me in your.
No, he at least tried.
Yeah. So
Mizu. Big Brother ages.
Mizu. Stanley is like playing with some toys in the workshop area, and Emmett, you find Emmett coming down the stairs to where you and Stanley are, as he's looking at his new toys. They're space. He's got a little toy astronaut that looks weirdly a lot like Emmett, except it's like way more advanced. Like it's like actual sci-fi.
Wow, that's very sweet of him. Pretty sure he's got a little spaceship in there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you got something vintage, like Star Trek, something like that.
Yeah, it's some stuff you've probably never heard of, but it's like vintage stuff right now that you're looking at that he has.
It's actually very sweet. Probably cost a lot.
A decent amount.
My left kidney.
Just my left kidney. Emmett comes down and is like, hey, Mizu, hey, buddy. You said they said there was something you needed from me, Mizu. Something about. He looks at the text again. He's like, about adoption papers. All right, I just want to say, I know you said it's nothing bad, but it wasn't my fault. Whatever happened.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm. But whatever happened, it wasn't my fault.
No, there's nothing. What? I said it's nothing bad.
You're sure I'm not in trouble?
Yes, I'm sure you're not in trouble.
Okay. He goes down the rest of the stairs. Okay, so what's this about adoption papers?
I don't want to talk to you about something bad.
Well, you started the sentence off with "we need to talk." All right, I can't help but think I did something wrong when you say that.
Okay, I'll word it better next time. Okay.
All right. It's like I had a friend last time. He was told we needed to talk by his boyfriend. They broke up. So I'm just I was just a little worried,
Oh.
Yeah, it was a whole crazy thing. It turned out he was actually straight, and he didn't know that, and he'd been playing him for a while. It was weird.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah, ouch. Misu comes.
Can't be me.
She puts her hands on the helmet and she's like, Emmett, sweetie, sweetie, I love you, but that was a little. That was probably something best you could have kept to yourself.
That's true. That's true. I probably could have kept that. Now that thinking, you know what? In hindsight, I didn't need to share that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
but I love you too much.
I'm not
I love you too, Mizu. He looks around. There's no one but you, and Stanley. So he takes his helmet off and puts it under his arm, or sets it on the ground. Actually, in fact, he gives it to Stanley, and Stanley immediately puts it on.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, man, that was very cute. Stanley probably putting it on like, I'm an astronaut now. I'm an astronaut.
Stanley begins floating into the air, but he's got a little belt thing that's attaching him to the floor that Zanar installed, so he's not flying too far. Luckily, there's no toxicant to snap that in half.
Yeah.
Don't even try me.
Yeah.
They just
His dad just comes out of nowhere and just knees him.
This fourth wall breaking.
Yeah. Fourth wall break. How dare you? How dare you, Ink? But anyway, Emmett's here. It's like, so. What did you want? Now you notice when he talks without his helmet, his voice is a lot like smoother, like almost like butter. He's like, so what did you want to talk about?
Aw, pinch his cheeks.
Which part of his cheeks?
All of them.
What
the cheek?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, which one?
Anyone who tells you that a woman doesn't look at a man's buns as much as a man looks at a woman's is a liar.
I wasn't saying anything like that, but
I'm just speaking facts. Go ahead.
He ain't lying.
Ooh, okay. Mizu's gonna come
Hey, yo.
like, okay.
Hey.
What did she say? Sorry, go ahead.
He's gonna
Mizu.
give him a little peck on the. Mizu's gonna cup his cheeks and then give him a little peck on the forehead.
Oh.
He smiles.
This era.
I love you too, honey. Now, well, what exactly do you needs to be addressed?
Honey, I like that. Okay.
Hold it in.
Well.
Calm down. Where's the image? Oh, right. Forgot. Speaking of which, I know I'm gonna send the image of Emmett unmasked again, just for the heck of it. You guys have seen him before, so.
Yes. Look at his cheeks.
pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
Like him.
Now here's the thing. He actually does have that outfit somewhere. He just doesn't usually wear it. There's a reason why.
He looks like he's gonna be part of a
Military boy
BTS.
said, I don't like it anymore. I'll return to space.
Bro, what?
He said, I want to return to my passion. Space pirate time.
Yeah,
nah, bro.
Yeah, he's waiting. He's curious what you want. What do you want to address with him? He said he knows something about adoption papers. He's like, so what exactly? What's wrong? What adoption papers need to be addressed?
Even though we're not a married couple yet, we could both adopt him. If you like.
Adopt Stanley?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Lord heavens.
Look at us, Jakes.
He looks at you bewildered for a second, looks at Stanley for a moment, looks at you, he's like, would that mean that I'd be a dad?
Oh, her.
Mizu nods. She's like, yeah, of course.
But I've never been a father before. Well, obviously I've never been, but I just don't like what if I do something wrong? I like don't you think that maybe
No parent is perfect.
No parent's been perfect, but I'm pretty far from perfect, I think.
You don't have to be perfect to be a good dad, okay?
But I don't have any experience. I don't even like the kid. Like, I don't. Like, I just I don't know. Like I mean, it's like, do you think would Stanley even want me to be his dad?
We can ask Stanley. How about that?
My dad. Ugly ass fucking.
No, he does not say that. He does not say that. Emma looks at you for a second. Goes, okay, yeah. All right. Well, if he is okay with it, then I suppose yeah. I'll sign the papers. Whew. Okay.
You don't have to be nervous. It's okay.
I'm about to
You'll be a
become
good dad. I know.
What if he says no? If he says no, like then what? Does that mean you'll have to marry someone else?
No.
Okay.
Mizu gives him the most blank expression, just like, what?
Okay. Good. It just popped in my head, and I okay, yeah, I'll just ask Stanley. All right. He straightens his suit out a little. He says, hey buddy. Stanley's upside down right now. He's like, hi. He says, so, buddy, you said you like you like astronauts, right? Uh-huh. I really like astronaut. I want to be an astronaut one day. An astronaut, gravity night. It's like, that's wonderful, buddy. That's great.
Oh, my God.
But I was curious. You call Mizu mommy sometimes, right? Yeah, because she's like a mommy. He's like, yeah, exactly. You know. He looks at Mizu for a second. He grins a little bit. Like he's he kind of looks like he's trying to resist saying something, and he just barely doesn't say what he wanted to say. He says, "Well," and then he says, "Well, you know how me and Mizu are very close. Uh-huh. Would you be okay with me being your dad?" There's a moment of silence as Stanley just floats there for a moment.
Cam.
Stanley.
Oh dear God.
Stanley,
I will prepare for this pain. I'm prepared for the pain. All right, let's go.
I don't like it already.
Stanley looks
like
at
that
the two
either.
of you for a moment and goes, "Okay," and continues playing with toys in midair. He's like, "Oh, okay." He looks at me. He's like, "All right." He's like, "That's great, buddy." He's like, "All right, Daddy." He's like, you see his face. You see Emmett's face, like he just smiles, like a smile forces itself on his face, and he's just like, "He called me Dad."
I'm dying. I'm okay.
Wait,
I'm okay.
I have one question.
Okay.
Yeah, Stanley.
Oh.
It's like, do I call you Daddy or Papa?
Hey, my love.
Oh,
he looks at you, Mizu, for a
my
second.
God.
He looks at you, Mizu, shrugs. Like, I don't know. How should I answer that?
Oh no.
Whichever he likes.
Papa is
It's
fine.
up to you, baby.
It's like, okay, Papa and Mama. Yay! I have parents again. He continues floating.
You're gonna have to give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, so sweet.
How to incapacitate Sheepy. Step 1, Stanley.
Step 2, laugh.
Oh my God! If it's another like to that dang video, I swear to God.
How to incapacitate a frog, female frog gravity knight. Insert military dog.
God, yep.
Oh, I mean, she did. We'll get back to. You know what? We might get it. We'll get back to that after the stream's over.
Not.
I'm still concerned about the third one. I'm still concerned
We'll
about
address
the other-
Skyora
I'm still
soon.
concerned- Frog, I'm still concerned about the other guy. And
Hey, tell me faster, dang.
Oh, speaking of which,
yeah,
the entire ship shakes.
Oh,
that's not good.
You hear a voice. You hear Emmett go, guys, we may have a. Oh wait, no, Emmett's not in the cockpit. That's right. You hear someone suddenly. You hear a very loud voice coming from outside of the ship, out there in space. A big old voice come out and says, a familiar voice as well. Well, it seems that we've crossed paths once again. The lot of you really need. Say, I think y'all really need to consider just what is it again? Oh yeah, giving up. That is the word.
Dear Lord, here he is again. Here we go again.
Emmett looks at Mizu for a second and says, "We should let's sign the papers after we address this. How's that sound?"
That sounds great. Mizu's just like, it's this guy again. Ruin the moment, of course.
So you guys hear Zanar calls you all guys, everyone up to the cockpit area where there's do you guys go to the cockpit? Like Zanar calls you all.
Yes.
You all
It all depends. What is Mike doing right now?
Okay, fine. You know what? Let's address that real quick. So Mike has kissed you on the mouth and all that.
I can. Or you can just save it for after because Tila, I guess, is in her room, so she hears the commotion. So I guess like whatever he did, it was that just happened right after.
It happened. You two remember you were in the dining area. And Pog went to get the med stuff out of your room while you were fixing him up. And right after he kissed you and you asked, is there something else he wanted other than beans? And he was leaning down. His other hand was drifting downward a little bit. And then, poof, interruption.
Hold on. Tila's got this stare as she's looking in the direction of where that boom came from.
Oh my
Mike
God.
goes,
He's
are
like,
we being Mike, as soon as the explosion happened, he like immediately, like you see him, like he's bent his knees a little bit, his eyes are wide, go wide. He's like he goes full like ready to pounce at something mode, pretty much. His muscles, since from this proximity, I'm sure you can tell his muscles tense immediately.
Tila actually holds on to him because she's not holding on to anything at the moment. So like since he has his stance, she's holding on to him.
He says we should
And-
probably go and take a look at that.
She's like I guess so. But another time. And she's like kind of like furrowing
Bummer.
her-
He looks at you and he looks at you, gives a slight smile and a nod, says, "You can count on it." Before you two head off to the cockpit as well. What about 4?
And Tila
Oh,
smiles
Tila-
and goes, "Whoever just did this, they are about to regret it." She's got her sabers out.
And 4, what about you? Everyone's being called to the cockpit. Do you like? What do you want to do? you've been addressed the fact that you've been kidnapped.
yeah. He's just like, he looks at everyone running, and then he's like, he gets a shrug, and he goes following them, but he's still expecting a thorough. He wants a thorough apology.
He's like, he runs after them, but he's full on just like, I mean, when in Rome, going off.
They owe me after this.
When you guys get to the cockpit area, you see the front, like there's 3 or 4 ships, big ones, outside the windows, and those are the ones that you can see. Emmett looks around, he starts like gets in the seat, starts pressing something. He goes to he's put his helmet on by now, and he says, hey, we're like not happy to see you again at all. And you hear, he's like, you hear it from outside. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let's make this easier to have a conversation. Silence goes for a little second until suddenly. He Emmett answers the call. You see in front of you a big panel opens up in front of you guys, and you see the warden with sitting in a chair with other people behind him, like running the ship and everything. He's in his own cockpit right now, the control area, and he's looking at you. He's like, and the familiar sight of the warden pops up. And he's like, "Well, howdy do. A lot of you seem to be very evasive lately. How have things been going with you?" For anyone who doesn't know what he looks like, where is it? Does anyone respond? He's here. Here's for anyone who wants to know what he looks like in future voice chat. Let me see.
Andrew types something on her phone and just shows it to Emmett. Cause she like the way he looked, it gave like. She's like, he looks like a Sith Lord. It's like more
Emmett
Star Wars
chuckles.
reference.
He's like,
Tila looks at him and he said what? That we were evasive?
that a lot of you have been very evasive as of late. Might I ask exactly why that is, especially after our wonderful little friendship that we'd made recently?
Tila goes, I wouldn't call it evasive. I would call it because the fact that we've been traveling very lazy throughout this here galaxy, I would have say you've been slacking.
Ooh, oh God.
You're not. Is that you wound me?
Strategic
You
avoidance.
wound me, my dear. You wound me so much. You know, though, you're kind of right. I've been slacking just a little bit, working on information, things like that. I really should put myself to the job a little bit more. Luckily, I've been doing just that. Preparation. You can only do so much before it's time to strike, am I right?
Uh,
To what do we owe the visit this time, Warden?
Oh, simply a simple discussion. You see, as I said before, I was coming back for the bug.
you already took one thing from him. Now you want more. And that's asking too much.
Asking too much? Asking too much. I'll tell you what asking too much is. Stealing over 500,000 carats from the embassy of Carfin. How about stealing the most priceless jewel on the planet Dartazine? How about just theft in general? That little insect of yours has bought and sold more things on the black market than any of you will ever see. And you're telling me that I'm asking for too much?
Man, everyone, I guess ever since half the people
Tila chuckles and goes, it's a wonder he even escaped your prison.
You're not wrong.
Oof, that sounds like a mistake on your part.
You're not
And
wrong.
Tila goes to Tila goes, well, if he's managed to evade you this far, I'd say you would have your job cut. She goes, I'd say you have your job cut out for you.
You're not wrong.
But
You're not wrong.
She's like, you can't have him right now, as we need a co-pilot for the ship. So
I'd be happy to provide you with a new one.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
She goes,
How about enough money to buy your own?
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Tila goes, she goes, what you have, she goes, for what you have, you don't have what I want. And she basically says, you can't have Zanar at this moment.
I don't have what you want. You know, you make a very valid point, Miss Pond.
And she blatantly looks at him with a glare, and she's like, why are you even here? You're not even supposed to be in the parts of this vicinity this close to an academy.
You're not wrong. Being this close to Skyfall Academy, I have to admit, makes the back of my neck sweat just a little bit.
And as she's talking to Warden, she's actually making a text message behind her back.
He goes, you know, though, normally I was thinking about it for a while. Normally, I'd just try blasting you out of the sky right here, right now. However, knowing Zanar, that's the kind of thing he'd want me to do. My superiors won't let me do anything but take him alive. They don't think he's suffered quite enough yet. But I do have one question. Why are you so intent on keeping him safe? After all, I just offered enough money for you to get your own co-pilot. I mean, why does it matter so much to you to keep this bug around?
She looks at him and she kind of leans forward on the table with her hand, with her lightsaber on the table, and she looks at him and she goes, because the job isn't finished. We are still on our mission, and it's not done yet.
Tenacity.
She goes, when that mission is done, she goes, you have free range. She goes, but until then, she goes, you and I will have unfinished business so long as you keep pursuing us, and by us, I mean threatening us because we hold this insectoid on our ship or in our company.
So no amount of money will convince you.
She stands back up with her arms crossed, and she says, as again I said, you don't have what I want. And she goes, you can try to pursue us and blast us if you want. She goes, go ahead. But she goes, I don't think my professors would like that. And a matter of fact, I don't think my hero would like that too much either.
He goes, you know, a lot of people think that I don't think things through. That I don't look for more details than I should. I've been looking a lot about you, Miss Pond. And perhaps, just maybe, just possibly, you sure I can't make any sort of offer that any of you would be willing to accept? He turned, like, in the camera, he looks at Mizu, he says, I mean, I can provide you with almost anything you'd like. After all, you seem to be, this Emmett fella that you've been with, Miss Mizu, what if I could provide you with a better ship? Upgrades galore. 500,000 carats goes a long way.
Oh.
Emmett looks at Mizu for a second. What's Mizu? Mizu's face twists into one of disdain. Emmett turns away from Mizu and says, it's like, yeah, no, that's stupid. We would never accept that.
Oh my god.
He's coughing. And Tila, like, she's actually paying attention that the warden is calling her Miss Pond over and over. But she's keeping an eye on her teammates. And she's like, she's thinking, how are they going to get him off their trail? So she's thinking right now as he's blabbering on. And she's also looking at Mike as she's texting. She's texting in the back of her back, and I don't know if Mike's behind her.
He's next to her.
She is texting. She's actually trying to text Charlie.
Okay. As you do, he goes, well, in that case, what about you, Miss Sirocco? I mean, the two of us have had business before. You were a great help in finding a lot of you the first time. Why not help an old cowboy a second time? Oh, there goes Mizu.
Oh.
Right, guys,
Mizu's like, I'm done with this shit, and leaves.
Disappears. But he looks at you, Skyora. He's like, you helped us a lot the first time round, finding a lot of you. Why not help us a second time?
Skyora, she pauses as she says, I will not make a comment.
Unfortunate.
He doesn't even have a perspective of like why she's like that.
He says, well, I guess based on based on the way you grew up, Miss Sirocco, I can understand where you're coming from. Well then, I guess I'll leave you fine folks alone for the time being. It's most unfortunate too.
When he says that about Skyra's past, her eyes kind of like make a saddened expression.
He says, before I head off, I'll give you a little bit of advice, alright? I don't care much about that little robot that you're toting around, but I think you know that a lot of different mercenaries are on your tail about that. And they've been attacking you here and there, and I'll be perfectly frank with you, several of them are on their way again. You move in different galaxies, a lot of people hear things, especially people who came out of the eye. So, I'll give you a little bit of advice. I'd be extra careful. I'd be willing to provide you safe passage through the next couple of galaxies if you wanted it.
Tila's like, oh, that is such a great offer. But flips her robe where she shows her lightsaber. She goes, will show them no mercy.
Whew, don't show me too much, ma'am. You'll get me acting up. You hear Mike growl a little bit.
Oh,
He says,
God.
that aside, well, all I can suggest is make sure that little robot doesn't get lost, all right? Because while I may not care much about the boy himself, what he could end up doing to everybody, well, let's just say, I like keeping all my body parts attached. Anyway. Does anyone respond to him saying that about Stanley?
Tila did hear that. Go ahead, Skyra.
Skyra goes, what do you mean by that?
Wait.
Keeping all your limbs intact.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me you don't know about that little robot you're carrying around you? You're protecting this thing with your life and you have no idea exactly what you're toting around.
To be honest, I was actually dragged into this group.
Damn.
He found a
that is
loophole.
by far the funniest thing I ever did here. Absolute destruction at the tips of your fingers and you have no idea it's possible. That's got to be the best punchline I've heard all day. Well, with that being said, I almost feel sorry for you. But until we get Zanar, we're going to continue to be a problem. So sad, too. I was hoping to talk about cash today. Oh well. Farewell. He hangs up.
Tila, like, literally is frozen solid. And shook.
You get a text. When you text Charlie, you get a text from an unknown number, Tila. Right as you're about to text, like, send, pretty much. You get another text from another number that says, we're going to hold on to him for a little longer. And a picture of someone very familiar is texted along with that as well, Tila. You don't have to show this to the others if you don't want to, but yeah.
Wait, is it Stanley's bird, Robin?
No, Robin has a robotic wing. He's there. He's just been sleeping a lot. But no, you get a text, Tila.
Okay, thank God.
Oh boy.
With that being said, right, so no one else knows this unless you want to tell the others, Tila, but Tila, you have just gotten a picture of Cash. You feel free if you want to tell the others who that is.
Cash is Tila's little brother.
Oh!
No! After the picture gets sent, you get another message that says, you really sure you want to call your hero right now? So, Tila, do you send the text to Charlie or do you not send the text to Charlie?
Tila, like, her hand right now is like, she's never had fear before, like, ever. And she's literally has the phone and her hand is shaking a bit. As she's like, has her finger hovering over the send button.
You got it's a decision to make. You don't know what'll happen if you send that text, but you can certainly send that text if you want, though. I mean, I'm not stopping you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh right, you have no idea what's going on. And apparently, this guy's a criminal. Someone named the Warden.
Kidnapped and he's like in the middle of the arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is one catch to it, and that's why Tila is so shook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, with that being said, with that being said, thank you everyone for coming to Space Dice today. Today was a bit of a slow session. Admittedly, we're taking next week off for reasons. I'm getting some stuff prepared. We're taking a little bit of a break for next week, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody. You guys are about 85 to 90% done with this campaign.
Oh,
Wow.
and I'm about 85% done with this drawing.
With that being said, Panchi, remind